Class is starting. Welcome to Quantum Biohackers Academy. I am so happy to be here. I am ecstatic. I feel so honored and blessed, and super excited because the people that are here, a lot of you guys don't know me. And so it's really exciting that I was able to share some information with people and kind of sprinkle some value out there. And you guys followed the breadcrumbs and you're here with me. So, well, not here, because there's no one here with me live. One of the reasons why I want to do the live videos in the Academy is because I don't want the human connection to be lost. I think that's super important. So I really want to figure out a way to have as many people live on these events as possible so that we can get the most out of it. As we go through training and as we do coaching, I'm going to be offering kind of like a open forum Q&A, and so I find that students get the most out of it when they're able to be live and interactive and ask questions as they come up. There will be some instances where I'll ask you to kind of just like jot your questions down so you don't stop the flow, but then other times it's like, hey, unmute your mic and throw a question out there or raise your hand, and we're able to just kind of build as we go. I was hoping that some people might jump on just to give me some energy, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in because this is being recorded and we're going to use this to be archived as kind of like a welcome introduction. What is QBHA? What can I expect? And that sort of thing. And who is Healthy Hev? Who is Coach Hev? Tell me what's going on with this person. So I am a high vibe coach and I'm a healer. And I am the owner of Mindful Transformations, which is a coaching practice primarily. We coach people on how to, oh, hello. Hello, good morning, Ursa. I was just introducing myself. This is being recorded for the purpose of the Quantum Biohackers Academy, and it will be archived just so that people who aren't able to be here live can still get the information that's being shared here. Just as an introduction, because I know that people are wondering, like, why is this here? How is this free? And I'm not on Coach Hev's team with Healy. So I'm opening this up to the masses because I see that there's a lack of information out there that's readily available for Healy users that are looking to learn all of the ins and outs of the Healy device. Maybe they're wanting to level up and become a practitioner. Maybe they want to use it with their family and friends and perhaps take it into their practice as well and use it with clients. So I want to help people to maneuver the device and to get everything that they can out of it. I know a lot of times we'll purchase something and we are not utilizing all of the features. And in the case of Healy, there's not really that many tutorial videos and things like that. So we're going to be doing a lot of that co-creation here together. The idea also is that you'll be able to support your team by using these practices, these videos, the tutorials. You'll also be able to create your very own space. So you wouldn't be sending anyone to my academy. You could have your very own training, or however you want to present it. It could just be a website. It could just be an interactive feed, something like a testimonial site that you'll see the Healy experience. And there's some different, global Healy Facebook testimonial groups and such. So you could have it just like that. The fear is that Facebook might not be around forever, and a lot of people, a lot of admins are complaining about being blacklisted for sharing some content that's not approved, and so that's scary too. You work really hard to get your members up, and I've heard people who have 3,000 members and more, and suddenly they're gone, and we don't capture their email addresses. We only talk to them there, and that's scary. So this platform, I am a host, and I'm offering for free for people to be able to open up their own spaces, and I'll host it for them just like a domain, right? But it won't be a cost thing. And a lot of what I'm going to teach in this academy is how you can do things for free and earn income. Like, how is that possible? But it is. It really is. A lot of the paid programs they don't really need to be paid. You know, they have features and such, like maybe collecting payments that, okay, yeah, I should pay you if there's some merchant services going on. But as far as like a platform to just have information for people to come, I've tied it all together, and I have a system to share, and it's working to funnel people in and to get the right people here, and to put the breadcrumbs out there, if you will, and the right people want that food and they follow you to the main event, and it's magical. And with Healy in particular, you're sharing it. You're not selling it. If you're in your mindset that you're sharing an experience and you're sharing something that we've all been waiting for, then suddenly your intentions are aligned with the universe, and you're giving without any expectation of receiving back, because it's not about that. It's about, ooh, this could help you. What program are you running, Ursa? I'm just curious because I'm running one too. What do you got going on there?
I am doing an aura analysis, you know, the vibration for it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I did the aura analysis before I hopped on, and my throat chakra was closed. And I don't know, I didn't feel that it should have been, but I understood once I read the analysis, and it had everything to do with my blockages, my limiting beliefs surrounding the efficacy of my word, the ability for me to believe in myself, like full circle enough for me to have that, the not just the confidence, but just like, again, just the belief in myself. Like, I would believe in you if you were speaking, and I'd be hanging on to every word. For some reason, it's that imposter syndrome that's like, who am I? Who's going to listen to me? But in fact, we're all magical, and we all have our genius zone. So I realized that when you're in your genius zone, you don't have to prepare as much. You just show up. You show up, and you're ready to answer every question, and you're ready to be impactful and add value and also learn. So that's what I'm here doing. I think it's amazing that so many people joined because they saw value in it. And then it's a matter of, and I'm learning as I go, and I'm going to teach what I learn, is that the keeping people engaged, as soon as they're ready to sink their teeth in, you have to keep them engaged and continue to feed them. And someone like me, I kind of feel like I'm being redundant, or I'm being like pushy or persistent or all up in their business. And then I have to think about me on a consumer side, and when it's something I'm really interested in, I can't get enough.
Yes.
So I'm you know, learning as we go. We have another person coming in, Maria. Hi, Maria. So I was, when Ursa, am I saying your name right, Ursa?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm Coach Hev, if you weren't sure how to pronounce that. My name is Heather, but my siblings wouldn't pronounce that TH so well, and so it kind of came out as Hever, and then a couple of coaches in high school caught on to that, and they cut it down to Hev, and before you knew it, it was like it stuck. So don't call me Heavy Hev, but I'm Healthy Hev. And I'm a high vibe coach, if you haven't noticed. High vibes all day. I'm a healer, and I've always been a natural healer, but I hadn't pieced it all together. My awareness hadn't caught up with my gifts. But I remember healing from a very, very young age, and being able to connect with people's emotions on a very deep level, well beyond what they would say, well beyond your years, because it just didn't add up to your life experience at this age, and you're consoling someone who's facing divorce. So how are you able to do that? How are you able to tell that person that it gets better? How do you like at 7 years old, how are you able to rub that person's back and say, I know it's hard right now, but it's going to get better. Just you wait, believe. Who is this kid, you know? So my mom calls me her heart child, even though she has 6 children. And I'm definitely an indigo. And I align with that because I know that I'm special, but I also know that everyone else is special too, and we're all connected. So it's, I struggled with early in life being able to step into my light and say, I'm fabulous. because I felt that in order for me to say that, was I saying that you weren't as fabulous? Or how would you perceive that message? Would you receive it well? I was always concerned about that. And getting into my 30s, I definitely started to really honor the people who I trusted the most, and the people who resonated with me, the leaders in the natural space that I connected with. And I said, wow, they're so authentic and unapologetically them. They're so transparent. They just show up, and they don't seem like they're trying to look at their shoes, look at their clothes. Like, you wouldn't know that they're as successful as they are. And that's just beautiful. I just love that. And as I started to just connect with these different qualities, I adopted the ones that fit. And I realized that I was adopting what was already, my design. And I was just coming into it and saying, okay, I agree. I'll do the work. So this is me showing up and doing the work. And I've been obsessed with Healy since I learned about it in July. I learned about it from a naturopathic doctor in my local network. My mom brought me to her office after badgering me about this device for almost a month. I mean, she was hitting me over the head with these invites for Zoom meetings, and, oh, this doctor's coming to do this Zoom meeting, and it's in the height of quarantine, and I'm over the Zoom meetings. But I will tell you, this is my very first time hosting a Zoom meeting. So cheers to that. I've been converted. I need to connect with people. But when I got to her office, I was closed up like this. I mean, the device cost too much, first off. It just didn't make sense for me in my position, not working since March. And Mom, why do you want me to see this device? On top of that, like, my business wasn't up and running. What do you expect from me? I mean, I was closed up. My beliefs were so blocked off. Limiting beliefs galore. I didn't have any light at the end of the tunnel. I was completely, hesitant, also resistant, and also annoyed. I was annoyed that I had to spend the time out of my day to go to this office to meet with my mom and this doctor, just to appease her and tell her it's not a good fit, right? That's what I expected. So I get into the office, and the doctor is a busy lady. And so she was like, I'm glad you're here. Let's get this done. And I got clients. I got stuff to do. And so I didn't get the full shebang. And even still, it changed my life. So she did the aura analysis on me, and everything came up that I just described to you. My solar plexus was blocked because my expression and identity were crumbled. I couldn't connect with this idea because I wasn't thinking about myself in my higher elevated states, my progression of being. I couldn't visualize that. I was staying small. And my root chakra was very low because my ability to feel stable and grounded and trusting in my security, that was diminished as well. And I couldn't see that this could be an answer, that this could be like what I actually needed. And after I looked at the full analysis, and we went ahead and did the resonance scan. So we get into, out of all those programs, what comes up for me was inner beauty. I had such a block on what beauty I had been working on the inside, and I was being stingy with it. Do you really think that Source wanted me to do all that work for just little old me? Or just the few people that I can touch in a day? No way. So she ran the vibrations on me. I think she might have chosen the 5 minute, the 5.5 minute, or whatever that duration is. And immediately, with no electrodes or anything, I started feeling euphoric. I started feeling light. I started feeling like, almost like in that state you are when you get in the shower in the morning, and you go into that theta state where you're just like, the wheels are turning and you got all these good thoughts, and damn it, if there was some waterproof paper, you'd be just taking notes because all these great ideas are coming up. And I just felt like, oh my God, almost like I was on a shuttle, like I needed to hold on and brace myself, but in the best way, where I was the rocket ship and this this device had loaded me up with rocket fuel and I was ready to go into orbit. I mean, I couldn't even describe how I was feeling. Long story short, my mom immediately looked at me and she could tell that I had been changed. She could tell that, and this was her first time seeing it, and she could tell that I was just going through the motions of things are changing inside of her, and she's trying to process it. And my mom made an investment in me, and she said, we need to get you this device, not just for your health and well-being, but for your future and for your business and for your practice, for your clients, for the future. And it was just a huge emotional experience of, wow, you believe in me so much. Two, the universe has made shifts just for me. And I had just previously been doing work in The Secret with Law of Attraction. And I didn't know that these were the answers that were coming to me, that these were filling the needs that I was putting out into the universe that I was ready to receive. But since then, everything's been aligning, and I've just been using the frequencies to support myself and others. I've used the device on about 50 people, 3 animals. I use it to charge my water. I use it to charge other people's water as well with the healing frequencies that they need, and I'll just drop it off at their house. I've been using it to clear the energy in my home, in my vehicle. I'm moving right now, and I'm taking the first load of boxes to storage. So I'll be clearing out the storage unit before I put my boxes in. I mean, it's just amazing how connected I've been to frequencies before this, with crystals and stones and essential oils and structured water and grounding myself by putting my feet in the earth and getting out in the sun at the first peak of sun, it's like get my circadian rhythm on. All these different things that I've been doing to biohack and enhance my experience in this human body. And to me, it just is like, duh, of course I do these things. But to other people, this could be their very first exposure in knowing, 1, that this exists, 2, that they might already be doing it. And to make the connections that, yeah, when people say good vibes only, or hey, send me good vibes, or something, that is real. It's intention, it's consciousness, it's awareness, and it's quantum physics, baby. So I just want to have a place here where I can share what I've learned, because it's taken me a long time to learn it. And I've gone to a lot of different resources and fact checked and made phone calls. I've talked to Healy representatives. I mean, in corporate, I mean, I'm plugged in. I'm like, I need to know. And so now I'm just putting it all in a hub. And this is going to remain, anybody who's in this group between October 1st and December 1st will be like my first, my core supporting group. So that means that they'll get my first book for free. They'll have access to all of my materials, all of my programs, all of my trainings, all of my coachings for a lifetime for free. Because I just feel that the level of gratitude that I'm experiencing as a result of seeing members, reach out to me and be excited about this, it's teaching me, and it's giving me even more hope and faith and belief in this change, in this paradigm shift. And so, I'm ecstatic, and I want to talk about a little bit about why you're here, what you can expect. I just wrote a few things down just so I wouldn't squirrel. So, a little bit about me and how passionate I am about this. So I created QBHA. You know why? Because I just told you. Anybody can join. What I'm seeing is that it's either people who already have Healy, whether it's through me or somebody else. Maybe their leadership isn't as educated and not really as supportive as they need. Maybe they're just an overachiever and they're just really, really hungry and they just want to just get as much information and be as immersive as possible. But also anyone who perhaps has been in network marketing or is in network marketing, they're going to learn a lot of strategies in this academy that's going to help them to not sell, but to share and make money after they make an impact. So that's the way this works. And the way that the business structure model is set up is, you support the people there and there, they support you and them, and so on and so on. This model, and I've been in MLMs and network marketing, direct sales, all that. This is the best model I've seen as far as the binary structure. There are bilateral structures where you have a bunch of working legs, and then you also have the uni. And there's a few others too that I've seen work in only for the top, and that's where you start feeling like, is this a pyramid scheme? It's like, this is an octagon, okay? We're all gonna just rock this, and I can't make it further without helping the people there as well. And where I'm coming in is what is taught in this academy will support you in a holistic way. So it's not just going to help you with your mindset and your belief system and the way you talk to yourself and others about you. It's not just going to help you with your physical health and how you feel when you wake up in the morning and how you fit into your clothes and how much energy you have through the day and how you sleep at night. Not just that. It's not just going to help you with your spirit and your emotions and how you go through the day and what you allow affect you and how you react to things versus how you prepare so that you're in the right state and you're strong enough to withstand additional energy and external influences and factors that might kind of take you down on a regular day. Now we're able to enhance and have optimal health, and that way things just start to slide right off of us and we roll with the punches. Suddenly we don't have to pick ourselves back up as often because we stay up. We know how to kind of glide and say, I'm protecting myself and my energy, and I can't be there. I'm sorry. I'll send my love, but I won't be there in person because you drain me. You're an energy vampire. We have to set our boundaries. But then in addition to mind, body, and spirit, there's also finance, because freedom is real. We need to feel free to have time with our family. We have to feel free to do the things that make us happy, to pay for all of the things that are required to have a high quality of life, and for our children, for our pets, it. There's no way around it. And a lot of us healers, and I'm one of them, I've had a really, really weird relationship with money. And my mindset has pretty much avoided me getting the abundance that I deserve, because I have the blockages here, and I'm working on it, and it's shadow work. But there's a lot there that many people don't realize they have those setbacks, and we're going to get to the bottom of them with some mindset coaching and some different daily regimens and routines that we can implement that will nip it in the bud, even if you don't have a Healy. For those that don't have a Healy, we're going to do some vibe sessions. So everything I teach you here, you're going to be able to do in your own business. So the reason why they set Healy up this way is because they know that there is a huge shift, a global shift happening. The economy is changing in a huge way. Brick and mortar is kind of, dissolving to the wayside. The internet and the social space online, business marketing online has taken over. Courses, programs, everything that has been going on because of quarantine, it's been a shift. And so now everyone's minds have changed about what are they going to do with their business? How are they going to pivot? And so we're going to be teaching people how to use Healy in their life to balance them, and also to manifest abundance, and also to help people to get control of their health and to no longer rely on that healthcare system, but to rely on our inner healthcare system and understand the power that we have over our health and over our lives, more so than we might realize. So with mindfulness and mindset, we're also going to be jumping full force into the law of attraction. So anyone who hasn't read The Secret, I'll be sharing The Secret with everybody. They'll get an audio copy from me. We'll also be learning about the protection from external factors. So that's not just the EMFs, but also the contaminants in the water, the contaminants in the food, the contaminants in the people who we surround ourselves with, what we listen to. Are we listening to absent-minded bullcrap, and it's just seeping into us, and it's a subconscious experience we're not aware of? We're falling asleep to TV, and we don't even know what programs are playing while we sleep. It affects us. So we're going to be learning more about the power of frequencies, and then everything Healy under the sun. So we're going to be learning about all of the different functions. So the different ways you can use it. What's the difference between when you're using it in person versus distant? What's the difference when you have it clipped on versus with the electrodes? And we're going to be learning about all the different programs, how they support you. We're going to be learning about how to interpret the analysis. So there's different numbers there. You have your relevancy and your potency and your homeopathy number and all these things that aren't easily explained in a lot of the material. So we'll be diving into more so how do you analyze the report for yourself or a client? What is the meaning of the negative relevancies? How do you connect the human themes that they share with you? How do you connect that relevancy? How do you update the focus or the intention for the specific analysis? How do you send the report to people in a PDF rather than just screenshotting it? I've seen a lot of people just screenshotting it and sending it. You can send a PDF. There's a lot of different things that we're going to get into. The contraindications. So who can we not use Healy on? Who is not a candidate, and why? And then there will be a lot of events and training and coaching, and everything is going to have the ability for you to be present live. I don't want to lose the human connection because it's nice for people to be able to ask questions and be interactive. And I know that as we build this community, it will be all those little squares on this screen, and it'll be, you have to raise your hand. But in the meantime, it will be nice to kind of have a smaller organic mastermind group where people are able to feel like, you know, oh, I can keep my phone unmuted and just chime in when there's a break, because that's how the training will be set up. Just like the cool teacher, you know. I remember the cool teacher for me was the one that was human. It was the one that didn't feel like they had to be all buttoned up and didn't feel like they couldn't drink water in front of the class. I had a teacher who would turn her back like this to drink water. Like, what, you don't want us to know that you drink water? But the ones that were like, I have a headache, I need to have a bite. For some reason, I just respected them more. I just felt like, yes, you're human, I can relate to you. And so that's my teaching style. So yeah, I mean, everything that's going on here in the academy is going to be supportive. It's going to be adding value. You can take what you want, leave what you don't, but also there will be a weekly schedule posted up. So you'll be able to kind of grab what feels like it resonates with you more. Some people don't even have the Healy, so I will be having a lot of like distant healings and sessions and whatnot with them. And I've found a way to do that where you can share your screen with them. They can see what's happening on your phone and be more included in it. So and then also I'm so down to learn too. And this is just an immersive community where I'm not always going to be wearing the same hat. You know, there are I'm going to be uploading some more tutorial videos as well to kind of how to navigate. And also, I know some people may be using the desktop more than the mobile, so I'll have some desktop version, you know, and mobile. But do you have any questions coming up for you?
I don't think I have any questions. This was very helpful because I was kind of like, what is this? It sounded good, but what is this? So,
yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. I'm super interested in like the more deep dive into Healy because yeah. I agree it's hard to find good information without listening to like an hour and a half webinar and you get tidbits.
This much, I know. Really. Absolutely. It's been frustrating a little bit.
Yeah, something that I do that I'm happy to share with people is I'll create like reference sheets and stuff so that yes, you know, it's easy to look back like, oh yeah, do this, yes. You know, so I'm happy to contribute that sort of thing.
That's so helpful because a lot of times, and even I was doing some of that too with some of those YouTube videos where it was drawn out and I was like, oh, let me write down the minute that he started saying something profound. And you look and it's
Yeah.
like at 15 minutes, he said something profound for 30 seconds.
Right.
And then at 28 minutes, he said something, you know, and it's just so silly. But yeah, it's definitely nice to have other people who may have more experience in this area than I do, and that's why it's so nice that it's so new. And we are in such a great position. We are the leaders of this movement. I mean, how in the world are we in a position to share something that nobody even knows exists? I mean, every single person I've introduced to this, they had no idea it existed, and they are absolutely excited and can't believe that what we've been waiting for has come. And then anyone who wants to be bored about the science behind it and all the heroes from the past that made this possible. Oh, I'm that nerd too, so I'll have some separate events for that if anyone wants to totally geek out with me. But I'm just excited to share my knowledge and to learn more as well, and support my community any way I can, and that sort of thing. So I'm doing 3-way calls for people who aren't even on my team.
Oh, wow.
Just because I just want to be able to fill the gap and share the information, and support people who are saying, I have someone who's super interested, but they're smarter than me, and they're asking these big questions, and I can't keep up, and I'm sending them videos, and they're getting annoyed with me. They want a human to tell them, and I can't. And I'm like, guess what? I can. Let's set up a 3-way. And it feels, to me, all those little gimmicks, like I don't prospect message. I don't reach out to my family and friends. I'm not that type of person who's a Pamela Anderson and trying to get everybody's money and not caring about the end result of that person. No, I invest in people, you know, and I think that it's pretty clear that I do that because I'm running a free academy, and it does take time and effort to do that. So it's obviously an investment, and it's not a sacrifice. It's a mutual gift. And honestly, I have a lot more aspirations when it comes to sharing with the community. And again, this is my core group. So I'm so happy to have you here. And I just really just can't wait for the rest of this week as I unroll more and more. So you'll see my face. I'm going to be putting up some videos that I've already pre-recorded, just kind of giving people little, you know, information here and there. And I'm like you, that I don't like watching super long videos. So that's why mine are like super small, micro. But if you want to binge, you can binge. But if you don't, it's like just take what you want. Yeah, Maria, I know you're on here, but I can't see you. I wanted to know if you have any questions. Feel free to ask while we're on here.
Can you hear me?
I do. Hi there.
I just appreciate that you are doing this. I am really starving for information, and I feel like that there's, you know, like was just said, there's a lot of great information, but you have to sit through hours of
I know.
I know. Hours of my day to try to figure out the good stuff, find the nuggets. And so I'm super excited with what you're doing. And I really, really want, you know, I really appreciate it because, you know, most people are out for gain, and it's awesome that you're willing to do this for anybody. And I just wanted to know, thank you.
Absolutely, it's truly my pleasure, and I'm sure that the Healy device has a lot to do with it, because it's taught me to find ways where I can give rather than over give because of being put on the spot. So now I choose what I give, and it feels good, even though it's much more than anyone would have ever asked. So I'm blessed, and I'm just sprinkling the blessings along, and I'm glad that you were here, that I had a little bit of interaction for this intro. This was recorded, so it is going to be available in an archive on the network. But yeah, I'm an open book, so if you have any questions, you can reach out to me in the Messenger feature within the app. And yeah, just stay tuned for the next event coming up, and you'll be seeing some information, and keep an eye out for those quantum tasks, because everyone who completes the quantum task, I'm keeping a tally, And at the end of the program, you'll win a super massive grand prize that's going to help you make more money. So awesome, guys. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.